This is Frederick Flott, a veteran U.S. State Department diplomat, a former U.S. Army officer, a CIA agent. Was he also a spy for the KGB? Flott, who died in 2006, had a long and distinguished career in the U.S. government. He spoke Russian, French, German, other languages. In the mid-1950s, when he was a political advisor at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, he was assigned to be an interpreter for Robert F. Kennedy, the future U.S. Senator, who went on an unusual 2-month driving tour of the Soviet Union. It was around that time that the KGB started paying attention to him. Codename Douglas. How do we know this? Because of this man. Vasily Mitrokhin was a chief archivist for the KGB. He worked for the Soviet spy agency for decades. He was responsible for helping move the agency's files from its Lubyanka headquarters out to the Moscow suburbs. He was also fed up with the agency and its abuses against Soviet citizens. So he took notes, handwritten, thousands of them, and he smuggled them out to his country dacha, typed them up, and then in 1992 he defected to Britain, turning over tens of thousands of files. The Mitrokhin Archive was a bombshell when it was first revealed to the world in the late 1990s. Britain's MI6 spy agency scoured the files, alerted the CIA and other agencies for possible informants. Many of the files were publicly released at the University of Cambridge in 2014. So, what about Frederick Flott? According to the Mitrokhin files, the KGB not only monitored Flott, it tried twice to entice him, seduce him, once when he was in Moscow. In the 1970s, after Flott had moved over to the State Department, he was posted to the U.S. Embassy in Jakarta. There, he socialized with undercover Soviet spies. According to Mitrokhin's notes, Flott expressed interest in traveling to Moscow, but said airline tickets were too expensive. So the KGB's top officials authorized buying him a ticket and giving him $10,000. In June 1974, in Moscow, he met with a top KGB official, also U.S. Embassy officials. He also agreed to meet with KGB agents back in Washington after he returned there. According to Mitrokhin's file, Flott turned over more than 100 classified State Department cables to the KGB in the years before he retired in 1978. So, was he a spy for the KGB, or was he in fact a double agent, feeding misinformation and useless information to the Soviets? That's what his friends and relatives think. They say it's preposterous to imagine Flott was spying for the KGB. He was a patriot. He was opposed to communism. He loved and he served his country. If anything, they say, he would have been happy to be sneaky, to fool the Soviets. And he would have done it all with the awareness of his superiors. Kevin Reel is a former U.S. national security and counterintelligence expert. He now teaches at Brunel University in London. He was the one who came across Flott's name and description in the Mitrokhin file.
It is a case from the Cold War that no one's ever heard of before.
So, will we ever know? We filed Freedom of Information requests for personnel records for Flott, and we asked the FBI for records showing whether he'd ever been under surveillance. Stay tuned.